was in it.
I mean, you're considered Atlanta royalty. I mean, how did they not recognize you when they falsely arrested you? I mean, that's just messed up.
They were just doing their job.
Well, a case of mistaken identity sends Atlanta rapper T.I. to jail. Authorities placed T.I., whose real name is Clifford Harris, in handcuffs at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and he was taken to the Clayton County Jail Sunday night. Officers had a warrant for Clifford Harris, but the Harris they were looking for was out of Baltimore, Maryland. Police say the suspect is wanted on charges of stalking and violent behavior toward a woman. T.I. was released after he contacted his lawyer.
With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no about it. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. That means you're a rat.
Show me one place in the federal guidelines where you can have 10 machine guns and get 1 year of community service and 1 year incarcerated.
T.I. is in an interrogation room talking. He's snitching. I thought we don't talk to the police.
T.I. figured out how to play the game, and he's playing the game to win. And you got people mad at him for doing this, but the public don't deserve for superstars to risk their livelihoods just to keep it real with the public. When the public is not keeping it real with themselves for even being fans of these superstars that mislead them, misguide them, use and abuse them like whores. You want T.I. to go to jail for some fans standing on the corner, smoking weed, listening to his music? If he was in jail, they wouldn't be standing on the corner, smoking weed, listening to his music. They need T.I. out there so you can have people standing on the corner, smoking weed and listening to his music and about to get out there and do something that T.I. said in the rap song. His influence is way too important for him to be going to jail for smacking a chick. At least that's how they feel about it. T.I. is playing the game to win. You got people like 50 Cent mad at him, Charleston White, even Candace Owens talk crazy about T.I. like he's not smart for staying out of jail. So what if he is a snitch? Society is a snitch. Your Instagram is a snitch. Your Snapchat, your TikTok is a snitch. Any person that get on a public platform and speak about illegal activities, that's rather if it's in a rap song, a post, or whatever the case is, you're a snitch. Y'all gonna leave T.I. alone. He playing the game to win. He's a married man. He got kids. He's home. He's enjoying his life. He's not sitting behind bars. He ain't booed up with no another man. So what? They let him off the hook. He know people that know people. All of the people in power, Congress, teachers, senators, mayors, all of those big time people in corporate America, especially in Atlanta, they was raised up on T.I. Teachers, parents, you name it. When he get in the jam, and he go to the interrogation room and they want to ask him questions, he's being questioned by fans. They gonna ask him about the crimes, but they also gonna ask him when his next album coming out. When you doing another movie? Hey Tip, can I get your autograph? Can I take a picture with you? All of this is happening at the police station. Of course they let him go on mistaken identity. They ain't trying to have Tip locked up when he doing all this damage in the community. If they locked him up, the officers ain't gonna have no job. Why would they want to clean up the streets? That's gonna cut their check. It'd be in their best interest to let him walk and go out there and keep on being an influencer because there's people out there that desperately need to be influenced one way or another. Ain't no more black churches that's notable enough to carry on a large flock of African Americans, but T.I. alone got more fans than your average pastor. He got more fans than mega pastors. They can't have him in jail. People could say what they want to say about Tip. All of these rappers, they say Boosie a snitch. He was serving life and he ended up on Vlad's couch. Now, I'll never say nothing like that about Boosie because I got so much love and respect for him. He's a brother of a brother and we all love Boosie, man. He put on for the street dudes. And women love him. Guys respect him. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Boosie, but he did say a lot of mean things about T.I., but he's sitting on the same couch as plenty of other people that's been interrogated by Vlad. And y'all know what they say about Vlad. Shout out to DJ Vlad, but nobody in hip hop is in position to talk crazy about 50 Cent. But Candace Owens did say some things that had me thinking twice about T.I. and where he stand with the black community.
He is such a fraud. T.I. is just, I was just telling you before we started running, but that situation got me so angry because T.I. was the only person that I knew prior to stepping onto that stage. Kanye had introduced us maybe the year prior. We had spoken on the phone for a lot of like hours on the phone about what our opinions are politically.
Felt like he was trying to dunk on you a lot.
It was crazy because when I spoke to him on the phone, he was like, I agree with you on this. I agree with you on this. I mean, agreed on everything we talked about.
No debate.
No debate.
No pushback.
The only thing he says is like, I just can't get behind Trump, right? That was the only thing he ever said on the phone. I can't get behind Trump. Every other topic we talked about Black America, he agreed with. He was so kind. We got on stage and he turned into like a performer. Like he literally put on a performer. So I say now T.I. is a fraud. He's a very little man physically, and mentally he's a small man, because to do that for what? There was nothing but, in that room, I was not jumping on stage being like, vote for Trump, right? I was not up there like, you got to be with Trump or against Trump. We were having a very real, honest discussion that Black America deserved to have on that stage, right? That they deserved to listen to and develop opinions. And he halted it by, acting like a goon.
Do you feel like you guys were like, I don't know, friends might be a stretch, but like if you guys were talking before, because I felt like he just met you that day.
Yeah.
And also, I really felt like he just completely hated everything you said.
Yeah, and he's a liar. He's a fraud and a liar. So, whenever I see headlines now about him and all the personal stuff he has going on, I'm like, I don't doubt anything, because anybody that can move like that, because to me, I don't care what your position is. If you are left and you believe what you say, I respect you for believing it, even if I disagree. He gets out there and says what he doesn't believe, right? And tries to create a moment, and he literally just became a performer on stage. Like, what does the crowd want? How can I get the crowd hyped up?
They're saying Tip never been for the people. He not about the people. He's about his rich family, his rich community, his rich social life. He can care less about the poor. The poor is how he make his money. And the poor is the reason why he's able to live the lifestyle he lives. So why would he ever want to help the poor when it's the poor that put him in position to be rich? If the poor becomes rich, that means that T.I. can go broke. So why would he even want to take a chance on giving people of color specifically an opportunity at the truth, wisdom, knowledge, peace, respect? All of those things will cripple and damage his pockets if he let that happen, or if he played a part in letting that happen. So I think that's the last thing that he want to do. He not trying to see people come up in any way, shape, or form, according to Candace Owens. Now, can you take her word for anything? It all depends on who you are. But as you can see, federal agents showed the guns that he had, and these guns could have put him away for life. But somehow, some way, he was able to wiggle out of that situation the same way he was able to wiggle out of this situation and got off, and nobody's talking about it. He's home with the kids. He know people in high places. But to his defense, I believe, like I said earlier, people in power are fans of T.I. That's like Nelly got arrested the other day. I'm pretty sure those cops was fans of Nelly. They wanted to get a photo with Nelly. Is Nelly still in jail? I highly doubt it. Nelly's at home with Ashanti and his baby right now. There's a lot of controversy about T.I. with the whole snitch line. You got former Grand Hustle artists coming out saying that T.I. snitched on them. You got people in the city of Atlanta that can't stand Tip, but the overall majority supports this man because he's been on BET, VH1, MTV. And for all the people complaining and hating on Tip, don't nobody know who you are, but they know who he is. So when push come to shove, they're going to take his side. He put out the TIP line, telling people to call in and rat. But do that make him a rat because he's encouraging other people to rat? That don't necessarily mean that he ratted. He want y'all to rat when it's beneficial to him. So do that make him a rat?
Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, community coverage you can count on.
I thought that commercial was cute. No diddy. I thought it was a cute commercial. I thought it was kid friendly. I thought T.I. was doing something great for his community, his family, and his friends, because let's be real, we need people to snitch out here. And I believe that will bring the crime down. If somebody robs you, go up in your house and take all of your possessions, and your neighbor's seen it, but they not trying to tell the cops, you will feel messed up about your living situation, your neighborhood. It ain't no neighborhood if people not snitching. You go out to the suburbs, they got neighborhood watch. They looking out for each other. Ain't nothing going down on their watch. They got to scratch each other's back, look after each other. That's what make a neighbor a neighbor. T.I. actually was trying to do something good with those Crime Stopper commercials. He was the Dr. King of his day when he did those Crime Stopper commercials. Now, 50 Cent want to make fun of him, but there's plenty of movies where 50 Cent played a cop. The same dude talking about Officer Ricky played Officer Ricky in plenty of movies. They say that they call him 50 Cent because every time he go down to the police station, he drop about 5 dimes. And I don't believe that about Curtis. I think he's a good brother, but an actor, nevertheless. Especially when you got money in the bank and you're trying to keep that money coming in, you willing to cooperate with whatever it takes to get a bag. But the way T.I. cooperated and snitched on his own cousin, his deceased cousin, is what got me scratching my head.
I have not ever told any kind of information to any form of law enforcement that can get any man, woman, or child, whether innocent or guilty, criminal or citizen, that could get them any time for any crime. Say, look, if it say, sir, did you see such and such do such and such and such? Oh, wait a minute, only time. The only time. All right, so me and my cousin Toot. My cousin Toot, God rest his soul. We had a little hustle we were running. He had like freight trains and truckloads of Banana Republic and J. Crew, like white folk, like, you know, office clothes. Call them the real police. And so before we actually get on the spreadway, the real police pull us over. They pull us over, I have a gun. So while we going through the court process, unfortunately, my cousin Toot passed away.
P2.
And so we caught no gun cases. Toot died, and you know, my lawyer said, "Well, you know, I could make everything go away if it was Toot, if it was Tramel's." And I had a talk with Toot.
And what Toot said?
Posthumously?
Yeah. After he had passed, I had a talk with him.
And what Toot say?
Toot said, "I take all the charges you got. If you can walk away free and put it on me, goddamn right. Because I'd be damned if they gonna come and motherfucking extradite me from here. They can come get me from here and serve me a warrant, they doing damn good."
So is that what boys giving you shit about because you put it on?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Nah. Don't nobody even know about that. I just volunteered. Don't nobody even know about that. I'm just being honest.
I can dig it.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
That's the only time I done never said or gave no information about nobody, because that's my cousin, my big cousin. He was dead, and he told me that it was okay.
T.I. admitted that he snitched on the dead man. But now that I think about it, is that really snitching? That's like somebody admitting that they cheated on their dead wife. If she's dead Is that really cheating? Is she going to feel the pain of you sleeping with another woman if she's no longer here? It's not like it's something she got to get over. And as far as his cousin go, that's his family at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure his cousin got kids. And on top of that, they don't want their father's legacy to be tarnished with criminalism while T.I. is out there living the lavish life. He put the cuffs on his dead cousin for a crime that he may not have committed. Now people wondering, did he take his cousin out the game just so he can place the blame on the dead man? How low can this man go? People trying to figure it out. But I know one thing for sure. The public don't have the power to cancel somebody like T.I. because T.I. has too much power. He knows too many people in high places, and all it takes is for a hot song and a new dance to get people on his side again. He know about the rumors. He know about the allegations, and every time somebody try to check him on being a snitch, he wind up checking people about saying that he's a snitch. T.I. will get at you. If you're doing a lot of barking about T.I. and his family, he will address you. He will confront you. The rubber band man ain't never hiding. He ain't never scared. So it's been plenty of people hopping online trying to judge this man's character, trying to put salt on his name. And nevertheless, T.I. jump out the window and set the record straight like a real man.
Hey, and I'm gonna address this too. All y'all niggas on there talking about a Crime Stoppers commercial and all that. Look, man, nigga, if I can get off him up under 20 years for doing a drop, nigga, you can't convince no nigga to snitch. If he was gonna snitch, he gonna do that when he woke up, whether he watched the commercial or not. I don't care nothing about that. The question is, how much information have Tip ever given any police to get anybody locked up? Zero. So that your mama sideways up. Anybody got anything to say about me and mine? I got my paperwork, nigga. So I don't want to hear none of that.
Party, nigga.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. You in your life, nigga. You see a snitch, nigga, slap him when you see him, knock his nose off. So, nigga, next time I'm out, instead of asking for a picture like a little nigga, come on, knock my nose out if you think I'm a snitch, nigga. Nigga, come on, nigga, quit smiling in my face trying to get in my section. Nigga, don't play with me, nigga. Who the you think you're talking to, nigga? Play with my name, nigga. King, nigga. I never gave no information to get anybody in no trouble now time with no police, nigga. If I am working with a police, it'll be to get him to shoot you, nigga. What you talking about? Nigga, don't play with me. Don't play with me, nigga. Play with me, nigga. It's King, nigga. King, nigga. What y'all talking about? Nigga, get man, come on, man. Miss me with all that.
People say a lot of things about T.I. until they're in front of T.I. There was times where 50 Cent and T.I. saw each other face to face after 50 was talking crazy about T.I. Next thing you know, they slapping each other up, hugging it out. It's all entertainment at the end of the day. And besides, who gives a damn about the people he's allegedly snitching on if they ain't got an album coming out or if they don't have a movie in theaters? If you're a peon, nobody really cares. Nobody's coming to your defense to help you or save you with anything. So T.I. can have his way with the public, with women, with society, because he got a hot song on the radio. That's all it really takes to get the upper hand. It's either you're going to be an officer and be above the law, or you're going to be a rapper and be above the law. And all the rappers getting shot, getting killed, getting put in jail, they don't really have any connections like that for real. T.I.'s connections go way back from Escape. So that's how he's able to escape all of these situations. He came into the game with a mean plug. Tiny, know people that know people that know people, been knowing people for a long time. Jermaine Dupri, L.A. Reid, you name it. Diddy, from the East Coast to the West Coast. People know who Escape is. So whenever her hubby get in the jam, it's easy for him to escape. Now he's running out of excuses. It's hard for him to explain himself when he get caught up in these jams. People ask him about it, and he really don't have a whole lot of information to give to the people. He figured y'all gonna have to figure it out. It's 2024. Believe what you want to believe about him. He's still rich. He's still paid. He's still free. And what difference do it make if he's a fraud or not? Your average citizen out here is a fraud. You got married men, got side chicks all over the city. You got married women out here still on Instagram, posting thirst traps or whatnot. So who's not a fraud in 2024? I think people need to get off of T.I.'s back, and people need to quit running down on him, asking him questions about the obvious.
T.I., how are you?
What's in it? What's in it?
I mean, you're considered Atlanta royalty. I mean, how did they not recognize you when they falsely arrested you? I mean, that's just messed up.
They were just doing their job.
I know. I mean, you weren't upset by it? Because, I mean...
Upset by it?
Yeah.
I try to get rid of emotion and deal with the facts at hand. So once you deal with the facts at hand, your emotions ain't involved.
I mean, how did Tiny feel about it when she heard the news?
I don't know, man. I mean, sucks to say, man. She probably was all too familiar with it. But at least this time, man, it was minor injury, maximum lesson learned. It's all good.
Yeah, last question. I mean, you're sitting on a lot of verses. I mean, you have a lot of battle tactics. I mean, I have to ask you, how do you think the presidential debate will play out between Kamala and Trump? I mean, who do you think's going to win between these two?
I had no interest in politics.
Y'all ain't gotta like him. Y'all ain't gotta respect him. But he's still the king of the South. And honestly, I like the fact that he's a free man. And he's able to do what he want to do, be where he want to be, and not be behind bars. Be at home with his family and friends. Boosie home, he was serving life in jail. He wound up getting out of jail, straight to Vlad's couch. And y'all already know what they say about Vlad. They've been calling Vlad a snitch for a long time. So Boosie sit down with Vlad and call T.I. a snitch. But the same person beefing with Birdman's brother, what's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Birdman brother just came home from doing life. He ended up on Vlad's couch. So how they gonna be talking to Vlad about somebody being a snitch when Vlad is allegedly an informant? So birds of a feather flock together. I don't believe that about Boosie, though. Boosie is a down-home, good brother. We love Boosie. I don't have nothing negative to say about Boosie, and I don't have nothing negative to say about T.I. I'm just happy that these brothers not in jail, rotting away, whatever they had to do to get out. Then I commend them for that. It's a nice day outside. T.I. is probably sitting by the pool with a pina colada with some fine women around him. Boosie probably running around his mansion chasing some cheeks right now, like a grown man should. But still, people want to go on and on about who's a snitch in hip-hop. Hip-hop is snitching in a nutshell. If you rapping about criminal anything for the whole world to hear it, that's worse than being in an interrogation booth. So, T.I., I'm riding with you, bro. They got you looking crazy in the media. They bringing up all this old stuff, all this snitchery, all these things that he been involved in, all of these slithery situations that he was able to slide his way out of. Let me tell y'all something. If I found myself in a sticky situation, I'm going to figure out a way to make it unstick. I got so much love for y'all. Y'all going to have to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Are you still a fan of T.I.? I am, regardless of what's going on. We don't know. The public don't know exactly what's going on. We just need to stay in our place and let the entertainers be entertainers. And we just be fans, spectators, and leave it at that, man. I'm happy for T.I. Keep doing your thing, bro. And as far as everybody out there going against this man, talking crazy about Tip, only God can judge him. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. I got so much love for y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later, though.